Welcome back. So let's get on with that quest quickly. I need to what's the word? Loiter, that's the word I'm looking for. Get a new minion. The black chocobo chick. Call of the Forest. Ready to hear about the job then? Like I said, the request comes from our sister guild in Gridania. And that's all I know. But whatever it is you get asked to do, I somehow doubt it posed any trouble for a venture like survive the bedlam of Sastasha. If you think you might be interested, you'll want to have words with Mother Mione, me counterpart in Gridania. Good luck, lass. And person slapping that other person. Rising to the challenge. What's this? I'm not sure. It'll start a quest chain or offer some kind of feature, but I don't know if that's something we want. Beauty's only scale deep. Oh, that's the no, we won't bother with that. That one is for the aestheticism or something. Basically, the person you visit to change your cosmetic looks. So, doing your hair and stuff like that. Changing your hairstyle. So we'll quickly just duck over to the mountain that strides. We're not really equipped for anything in regard to level 20 quests, but we might as well take a look and continue it. So Solkveb. Scarlett, I assume you are here to discuss the missing child, not to sample a bowl of mutton stew. First things first, I would advise against rushing off to peer under every rock in the countryside. We need more information to direct our search. First things first, I would have... Oh, that was just about to read that. I suggest we head to Red Rooster's stead and learn what more we can from old Nedard. Alright. So we won't bother with that. We'll go to Gridania, which is in Black Shroud. Hit up that. Now I'm going to start using these Aetheryte tickets. So they basically sub in for and make a teleport free. You'll notice I haven't been using them, but I generally try and save them when I'm changing continents or areas, because they usually provide the biggest hit of currency. Alright, so let's head down here. Alright, Mother Mione. Take a seat wherever you like, friend. Our waitress will come to take your... Oh, not here to dine. Dare I hope that you're the adventurer that Badgeron sent word about. You are. The matron be praised. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Mione, and the Carline Canopy is my place. With regard to the task in question, there is a fair bit to tell. Let me know when you are ready to hear the details, and I shall brief you. So we get High Potion and Ether. We're going to get some level 17 gear. If we compare them... so skill speed's useless for us, vitality's good, but these are still going to be better, even with materia slot, because we don't have a lot of materia at the moment. It's materia slots don't mean much to us. Ready for that briefing? Good. Now then, here's the long and short of it. Beg pardons for interrupting, Mione, but our need grows ever more pressing. Have none stepped forward. And good evening to you, Bowlord. Your need must be pressing indeed if you honour us with a visit. The good news is, your journey hasn't been wasted. I'm pleased to report that we have a volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended at that. My thanks for answering the call, friend. My name is Lewin, and I lead the men and women of the God's Quiver. Now time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. We wish for you to nip a potential threat to Gridania in the bud. Beneath the central shroud there lies an underground burial site called the Temtara Deepcroft, another dungeon. The place was once a Gilmoran settlement, but we Gridanians have long interred our dead there. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been skulking about the Deepcroft, and with ever-increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect that these individuals belong to the Lambs of Delamut, a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the Calamity. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best men to scour the Deepcroft with orders to flush the cultists out. Alas, the Calamity has decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the Ixal at bay. The birdmen have grown restless of late, and I fear a storm may be brewing. In anticipation of this, I have been compelled to spread our forces throughout the Telswood, lest we be taken unawares. The situation so being, we must turn to others to deal with the Lambs of Delamut. Can we rely on you to undertake this task, friend? You have my gratitude. Once you've seen to your preparations, pray make your way to the Deepcroft and identify yourself to the guard posted at the entrance. He will appraise you of the latest developments, that is all. Be careful out there, you hear? May the crystal guide you and keep you. So we're going to be jumping right into another dungeon, and we're at a really good time for this server, so we'll more than likely get an insta-pop. Just trying to think where... Band branch. Okay. So, I actually was about to walk to... The reason I walked to that is because you can usually... if you have all the Ethernet shards, they generally give you a teleport to, like, outside. As you'd know from our Zephyrgate teleport and stuff like that, but I just remembered that I haven't done that yet, so... What I should probably do off camera is go through and get them all for each of the locations. But alas, we deal with what we got. So we're just going through down here, and we're going down to there. Now, rank 3 gives you monsters in other areas. So as you can see, all of this stuff was in Lenosha. Now we're going to Shroud stuff. And there should be some stuff here. So let's cross here and go down. So Diamites. Thankfully, while they are hostile, I'll walk in front to show you. We are 15 levels higher than them, right? So they pose no threat. They don't bother attacking. So we're in Central Shroud. I don't know if we're going to run into anything that we can get. Maybe the Toadstool or the Floating Eye, but I doubt it. I'm going to hit up this Ethernet shard. Oh, sorry, Aetherite. shards are the small ones. Alright, so we can merge with that, and then I'll go talk to that Choco Porter. That's over here. Alright, cool. Now, let's walk down to Tamtara Deepcroft and unlock this dungeon. Okay. Now we are only item level 14, unfortunately, but we've effectively, unless we go buy stuff, we've effectively got the best gear that we can theoretically get. So this stuff won't attack us either, because again we're still a level 11 levels above them. Okay, let's talk to you. You're Scarlett Cerberus, I take it. Thanks for helping us out, friend. No doubt the Bowlord has already informed you, but your task is to enter the Deepcroft and purge the Lambs of Delamod. In case you're unfamiliar with them, the cult emerged shortly before the Calamity put an end to the 6th Astral Era. The cultists took the lesser moon Delamod for their god, believing that it would deliver them from the devastation. And so, they were rather disappointed when Delamod exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it served only to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. The Lambs of Delamod are convinced that heretics, that is to say, everyone but them, interfered with the coming of their Lord and Saviour, and that it's now their sacred duty to avenge him. Whatever it is they're doing in the Deepcroft, you may be sure that no good will come of it. For the sake of Gridania and Eorzea at large, put an end to their madness. Alright, so we've unlocked that. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to head back to Gridania. No. I know it's not like deadly levels, but just in case, I'm going to get this stuff repaired, because it is nicer to have, you know, everything at full. Now I don't know if I got it or not, but we want to go Leather Workers Guild. That's the closest shard to the market. Do you want to dance? So one of the reasons that Limsa is one of the more popular locations is because the market is literally at the Aetheryte Plaza. So it's very simple to go into the markets basically and hit up the market board. Now I just want to, so we've got some really low level jewelry, so I just want to go to the jeweler. Is it you, Tinker? No. And try and get some better better equipment for my right hand side. Jeweler. Battlecraft accessories. Now there's some, there we got level 20 earrings. We don't need earrings. We've got a level 17, that's useless. This one here, this level 16 one will work for us. Wrists. This level 17 one, yep, we're one level off that. Right? No, 2 levels off that one, so we want the level 17 one. And then we need 1 ring, because we've already got the brand new ring, and we'll just grab this one. So we've spent some money on that, that's for sure. Now Don't know whether I keep these or just sell them off. Because they're certainly not of use to us. We could certainly sell those off, but anyway. So yeah, we'll sell this. We'll sell this. And sell all this. That's all the stuff we just bought. Move the weathered ring. Oh, I can't because I'm talking to the vendor. Bring that back up. Alright. Equip that. Take that off. Equip that. Take that off. Equip that. And we didn't get earrings because we still have those. These are actually pretty good. They kind of level with you. Kind of. Or they're meant to. I don't know if they are or not. Okay. So we should be good to go. We're hanging on to this because what we can do is you'll eventually be able to trade that into your when you choose a grand company. We are keeping this stuff because we can turn that into materia because of the spirit bond. We can probably sell the ether and the jellyfish Sidna as well because we're not crafting. Oop. So sell the ether because we're not casting at the moment, and I'd rather you have the money for other stuff. Mole meat, I mean we could put it on the market board, but we don't have retainers yet, so it's pointless holding on to it. Everything else is fine. So that's good, that's good. Alright. We've got anticipation there. Alright, let's queue up. Now we could try our luck with a leveling roulette, which basically takes all the dungeons that you've got and will put you in whatever anyone needs. So for instance, let's say I was to queue up for Tamtara Deepcroft, which I'm going to do in a second. It would compose a party of the people who are queuing specifically for Tamtara Deepcroft and for the people that are in the leveling roulette. So if it can't build a party from those people that are queuing for Tamtara, then it will fill the rest with leveling. It's a really good way to keep the lower level dungeons populated and keep people running them. So it should pop any second. One of the pleasures of being a tank. But apparently the healers are the ones in need at the moment. So generally this gives you a bonus based on what class. So for instance, at the moment there's a deficiency in healers, which means that if I were to queue as a healer, I would more than likely get an instant pop, and I would also get extra XP and extra gil for partaking. And it would depend on, what roulette you're doing. Would depend, and what level you are would depend on what bonus you would get as a result. It's generally adventurer need tank. Tank is usually the one that they require. I've very rarely seen it as a DPS. I think I saw it once and it was like that for 5 minutes and then that's it. I think what I'm gonna do actually, I'm gonna have this dungeon be dedicated to its own episode, I think. That might be the way to go, because we're also almost at the 20-minute mark thereabouts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and hit up these where I can. I think that might be better. So what I'll do is I'll hit up this stuff. Yeah, so we'll go back to Lenosha. and we'll get that stone shell. That stone shell is in Oakwood as well. It's like 5 meters up from where we fought the wolves. So thankfully we just have to go to Alport again. Yeah. In the spiel, they mentioned Gelmora, and Gelmora is basically what the civilization was before Gridania became a thing. So the Elezen and the Hyr were living underground, and eventually became the Gelmora. They did have not civil war, because they weren't like a group, I guess. But there was a war between them, and they eventually cohabited. Became Gelmora, or actually, I don't know exactly whether the Elezen before them were Gelmora as well, or the combination of the Hyr and the Elezen together created the civilization of Gelmora. Anyway, they used to be underground because the elementals that inhabit the forest, or inhabit the Black Shroud, they were not too keen on them living above ground, so they used to have to live underground or suffer the wrath of the elementals. Oh no, these are bumblebees, not... No, that's the shell things. Yeah, there they are there. Ah, wild wolf, of course. Yeah. Eventually they were given, I guess, permission is the word, to inhabit above ground or inhabit the surface, providing they were the protectors of the shroud. But yeah. Right. There's also usually a fate here where you fight a big one of these guys. It's relatively easy as far as like massive monsters go. It's usually the massive monster ones are annoying. And I mean relatively easy in terms of fighting it yourself. Okay. Yeah, that's a big skeleton. Apparently that used to be underground, and after Calamity was forced above ground. That's rather cool. How many left? 2 more. This one and another one. Up there, there's a bit of a level increase from memory. Generally, they'll try and separate stuff, like massive level increases, with like physical changes in the landscape. Like there's a similar sort of thing in the Shroud, though it's a lot higher up, and they do that because there's literally a 20 level increase or something ridiculous like that in the monsters that are up there. So while there's nothing stopping you from going and, running into that area, Marco, we'll say hello. They look like that because they're invisible. Gatherers and the ninja are able to go invisible. Gatherers and the ninjas' invisibility is different. Gatherers have a hard level cap, whereas oh no, it's not that massive of a change. It's only 4 levels. I thought it was a lot. I thought there were like 30 or something. But yeah, yeah, they're invisible. So the gatherers have a hard cap, whereas the ninjas have a soft cap. And what I mean is, ninjas will. Is there any junk manga? Let's see what they've got. ninjas, it's always like if they're 10 levels above you or whatever, they'll be able to break your they'll be able to, ooh, baby bat. They'll be able to break your invisibility. Oh, this song, I love this song. You'll actually notice it in the beginning, but it'll sped up. Anyway, yeah. Whereas the gatherers have a hard cap in their traits, which says like anything of level 50 and below will not see you, but anything higher will be able to break your invisibility and attack you. All right. So actually, while I'm here, let's equip this. Might as well. You can throw that up here. It's probably got 100%. Yep, Spirit 1, nice. And then we can grab this baby bat. Alright, so I think that's the only Shroud one. Sorry, the only, where are we again? Lenosian one. They're all in Thanalan in the Shroud. Bramble Patch, the Foothills, there's a wolf. Alright. We'll cut it a bit short here. So I'll kill this wild wolf and then I'll teleport back to Limsa and we'll call it there. And then in the next episode we'll queue up again. Or I'll queue up... yeah, I'll queue up and then I'll start recording so that it's an instant pop. Or I'll record... I'll work something out. So I'll have to wait, you won't. But yeah, that's it for the most part. There's nothing prevalent. Yeah, that's it. Alright. So we'll just go over to our hidey hole. This actually down here is a place that I used to sit and craft when doing like the daily crafting stuff. It's also a very cool place to be. And there's someone up there doing crafting. So yeah, with that, we'll call that an episode for today. We'll catch you later.